So, we've made videos about Wonderkids, we've made videos about bargains in FM26, but what if we combine two of your favourite things and take a look at some Wonderkid bargains you can sign in-game? Today, I'll be bringing you 15 of my favourites that I've picked out, all of which I think represent great value for money. Some cost a few million, but I think are still worth it, and some are going to cost you pennies, and all of these guys have Wonderkid potential. Some real superstars in this video, so if you do go on to even like one of these players in this video, make sure you smash the like button, make sure you subscribe to the channel too so you don't miss more picks like this, and let me know down below your favourite Wonderkid in-game so far. With that being said, I've got 15, let's get started. And we're starting off with an Italian youngster called Matia Liberali, who plays for Catanzaro, a team in Serie B of Italy, who are managed by, I think, former Liverpool player Aquilani. I'm sure that's where he was at, but either way, in their team is this youngster, an 18-year-old right winger who can also play through the middle, that you can sign for what, 2 million, 2.5 million at a push really, based on this valuation. Even though he's got a long contract, because of the club that he's at, you can get him for pretty cheap. Now for me, I like him very much on this right hand side, either as an inverted winger or maybe through the middle as some kind of creative player. I don't necessarily like him as an inside forward option on the right. If you don't realise yet, he's left footed on the right hand side, so he's likely going to cut in. I just rather him cross with the attributes he's got, because he isn't the best finisher, but everything else he is great at. He's got the physical attributes that really suit a winger. He's quick, he's nimble, got great technique, passing and vision. Combine it with the dribbling ability, composure and anticipation too, and you've got a Wonderkid here that could go very far for 2 million quid or so. If you're in the English Championship, for example, or even a low-level Premier League team, he could be a great pickup with huge potential for the future and will easily make you 10 times your money. So that's one player out of the many we've got to get into, but I just want to give a quick disclaimer to say you might not see all of these players in your saves. The reason being is it depends on your database size. If when you set your game up you had a large database, near enough all of these players will be in there. If you just have a standard database, the majority of these guys will still be there, but the ones that are playing in the African divisions, for example, you've got less chance of seeing. So just bear that in mind. If you can't see the player, I haven't lied about them and made them up. It's just that your database might not be big enough, which you set at the start of your save. And I mentioned the African division, so it does lead us nicely on to our next player, who is Amara Diouf, who plays for Generation Foot, a team in Senegal that always produce great young players, and Senegalese talents are popping at the minute. There's plenty of them, and this kid you can pick up for about £100,000. He plays on the left and he is right-footed, so he will be cutting in. He's got some great attributes in many an area, even if he's not standing out too much at any particular thing. The fact that he's got great determination means that he will likely become a better player at a higher rate than many others would. He's got good flair too, and whilst a lot of these players I would say you need to sign them and give them game time to develop, you don't really even need to do that with him, because he's so young and so cheap. You could just leave him in your academy. Even if he doesn't turn into a superstar, which he likely won't without game time, he's obviously going to be worth more than what you pay from here. You are getting a cheap fee because of the club he's at. He's got great determination, he will grow, and he will become a superstar left winger for a bargain price. He's already an international for his country, and that tells you enough about him. I'm going to go from one of the cheapest in this video to one of the most expensive, as we take a look at Gabriel Mek, who you will sign in your game for 5 or 6 million. Now, he's a left winger from Brazil, playing for Grêmio, 17 years of age, that can also appear on the right, and is good with both feet. So already, you're starting to see the signs of a good young player. Now at 17, he's already got great acceleration and pace, good dribbling ability, passing, technique, teamwork, determination, and flair. There are some weaknesses in his game that he does need to iron out. For example, he's maybe not the best when it comes to his shooting, but at 17 it's not the end of the world, and he might just not be that kind of player. The same with crossing as well, you might want to work at it, but for 5 or 6 million, this player, more than most in this video, has bigger potential. So his starting ability might be a bit less, but he can go really far. He can become one of the world's best. He just needs the opportunities. Brazil is a hotbed for talent, always has been, so for 6 million here, Gabriel Mek is a great option, and someone that I believe in real life is attracting the interest of many a club. So hopefully you are enjoying these Wonderkid bargains, but the last plug of the video is I will just let you know, if you like me and my content and FM content in general, then you might want to check out my own channel, which is linked in the description down below. Obviously here on the FMSCOUT channel, me and Josh do tutorials, tactics and Wonderkids, but over there on my channel, it's more entertainment based. So we do rebuilds, experiments, and I really think the quality's gone up in recent times. So if you haven't checked it out for a while, come on over, see what you think. I think you really enjoy it. A Manchester United rebuild has gone up recently, and we've got some big plans coming soon. So thank you to anyone who does that. But let's get back to our list, where we've still got plenty of great players to look at. And the next three that I'm about to cover, I'm going to go through pretty quickly because I want to tell you all three of these are absolute superstars, some of the best in this video, but I have covered them in many videos already about FM26. They're going to keep appearing because not only are they the best Wonderkids, they're also some of the cheapest. They featured in our under 1 million video. The first one being Saba Kabarashvili, who I don't think I've done a video yet without talking about. He is the best, if not one of two, left-back Wonderkids in this whole game of FM26. He's 16 years of age, Georgian international, and you can sign him for £1 million with attributes already to rival many a left-back. And like I've said before, in one of my saves within 2 seasons, he was starting for Juventus as a key player. That tells you how good he can be. You can already see it here. So if you haven't yet heard of him, get his name written down, try and sign him in every save you do. Gilberto Mora is another one of them that keeps appearing. I mean, it's a £5 million, 16-year-old attacking midfielder youngster who can go on to be one of the world's best and already is an international for Mexico at only 16, guys. He's playing for Xolos Tijuana out in Mexico, already got some amazing attributes, a creative threat that can score and dribble past his man, a brilliant number 10 coming through the ranks, and by the time he's 18, 19, he'll have the world at his feet, so try and sign him. And the final one that's appeared a few times is Darwin Gua, Ecuador's newest prospect after Kendry Paez and Moises Caicedo. Gua is the next one coming through at Independiente del Valle, and not only has he got an amazing name, but this 17-year-old left winger has some of the best technical attributes in all of FM, never mind in his age range. I mean, he's got 16 dribbling, 16 first touch, 16 passing, 16 technique, 15 crossing, and he's only 17, guys. He is going to be a superstar, and you can pick him up for £1 million, £1.5 million maybe here, a right-footed left winger. Yes, his physicals and mentals might need a bit of work. In fact, his mentals, say, might need a bit of work. They're actually pretty good. It's maybe only his physicals where he needs to develop, but at 17, he will do. All of these players will grow a lot, but the fact his technicals are already at an elite level tell you how good this kid's going to be, and that's 3 players I just wanted to get out of the way because I have spoke about them a few times already. A player that hasn't came up very much though, but will be in most of your saves, is Shea Lacey of Manchester United. The 18-year-old youngster, I did a Wonderkid to Superstar video a few years back when he first came into FM, maybe FM23, FM24, and he turned into one of the world's best right wingers. He's still been doing well in the Manchester United youth ranks, I believe, but the 18-year-old now gets to the point in your save where he's only got a couple years left in his deal, and Man U are willing to sell for £2 million or so. You get a young English 18-year-old right winger who's already got a lot of great ability and of course huge potential, left-footed, likes to cut inside from the right wing, likes to try long-range free kicks as well, which matches his 14 free kick taken. And whilst there are some weaknesses, you can't really complain when this player is this good for only £2 million. If you're a championship team looking for the next talent to develop and sell on for big money, he could be a great option. If you're managing Man U, might be a good idea to get him into your lineup somehow. And speaking of Man U, a team that will be in most of your saves, I'm sure, they've also got another good young player by the name of Emir Ibragimov, who is a good wonder kid that in my save ended up selling for quite a bit of money. I didn't use him in my team at Man U because we kind of moved past him, but if you're a team that aren't Manchester United and you want to get your hands on him, you're only going to be looking at about £5 million for this youngster who at 17 has big potential, but already a lot of ability. The holy trinity of dribbling, first touch and finishing, he already has at 12s. He's got determination and flair, good physical attributes as well, after only being 5'7", can play on the left or through the middle, but also technically can play in midfield, striker, right wing. He can do a lot. He's very versatile, likes to get into the opposition area, will beat his man with a dribble. And whilst he does need to work in his passing and his vision to be a number 10, I'm seeing him more as a left winger that's cutting inside on that right foot, inside forward. I think he'd do a great job of, and when you highlight the attributes needed for that role, he's already starting to look pretty good for it at only 17. But if you haven't got £5 million, hopefully you've got about 200k, because you can buy a different left winger for that price by the name of Sadruddin Hasanov, who plays for Bunyakador, a team out in the Uzbekistani divisions. Apologies for the pronunciation of the team name and the player's name, I probably messed it all up there, but this young 17-year-old, despite me butchering his name, is very good on the pitch. He can play in that left wing spot, cuts inside from the left wing according to his traits, and uses his right foot, so he's never going to be going down the wing. As a left winger, personally, I'd be using him more as an inside forward or an inverted winger, where he does need some work, and he maybe isn't as complete as some of those other players, but he does have Wonderkid potential, and he is available for way cheaper than the rest, so maybe another one to buy, add to your academy ranks, and see how he looks in a few years. Worst case, you sell him for the exact same price, but I doubt it. Even in the worst case scenario, you'll likely get 2 or 3 million. Best case, you get a 10, 15, 20 million pound player for 200k. A player that featured in my Wonderkid Dream 11 though, that is also going to feature in our Bargain Wonderkids video, is Daylat Oyanbasar of Kirat out in the Kazakhstan divisions, who have Datsan Satpayev, who Chelsea have just bought as a young striker. When he goes, it looks like this kid will get the go. A 16-year-old forward available for 2 million, who has great potential, and whilst he is not strong at all with only 1 strength, 5'3" and 2 jumping reach, he has 19 agility, 17 acceleration, 16 balance. He's going to burn past the defender, and with 14 finishing, 13 dribbling and first touch as well as technique at only 16, this kid has the world at his feet. He's a Kazakhstan wonder kid. What more could you want? Only £1.3 million, so what, maybe 2 million might be the most you'd pay for him. What a player, either-footed as well. A signing that I think you should all make if you can. Another one that's appeared in previous FMs and is still looking very good is Riquelme Felipe, who you can sign for about £5 million or so. An 18-year-old left winger from Palmeiras. This Brazilian, being a little bit older than some of the others, is a bit more complete too, with great attributes in many an area, particularly his technicals, where he boasts 14s for first touch, long shots, passing, as well as 13s in areas such as his off-the-ball work and composure. Everything else you need is more 10s, 11s, and his physicals are looking pretty good too. He's determined as well, can use his left foot, but realistically is a right-footed left-sider. So again, another one that you probably look to cut in, and with his shooting ability, both long shots and finishing, and his passing too, I think inside forward is certainly the role that I'd try and be using him in. 5 million quid. This is someone that if you sign in the Championship would do a great job for you off the bat and would eventually grow into being a world-class star on that left wing. £5 million. No-brainer signing. We go to Real Madrid for our next player though, where you can find Jamie Barroso, a 17-year-old Spanish forward playing for their under-19s. You can sign for 2 million, who already boasts 14 finishing, 13 first touch and 15 heading. Being only 5'9", the heading surprises me. He's not going to win many headers with 10 jumping reach, but when he does get his head to the ball, he is going to do a very good job of it. With great mental ability as well, he is someone that is way further ahead than his age suggests when it comes to his mentals, and whilst his physicals do need some work in the speed department, he is strong and he will be pretty good in the air by the time he's 19, 20. You'll be looking at 12s and 13s in that area. So don't write him off just yet. He's never going to be a world-class star, I'd say, but a wonder kid nonetheless. And for 2 million quid, I can see him eventually being a low-level Premier League striker. I don't think that's too hard to think about. I think that's certainly a possibility for him. He's obviously not going to make it at Real Madrid, but maybe at your club, he could. And with only 3 players to go, this is the last time I'll ask you, but make sure if you haven't already, you subscribe, you hit the like button, all of that stuff really helps us on the channel, and we massively appreciate it. But let's check out our final 3, where I've picked out a 17-year-old from Lyon up next. For about 3 million quid, you can sign striker and left winger Frenchman Enzo Malibe, who Lyon have had in their academy for a few years and has even made first-team appearances. Being such a young player, that's definitely an accomplishment. Now, Lyon here have a talent on their hands who has 12 dribbling, 12 finishing and 12 first touch, the holy trinity. He has passing, technique and vision too, whilst being very quick off the mark with 14 pace and 14 acceleration. Being a right footer again on that left side seems to be the trend. He's not going to be an inside winger for me. He would be an inside forward with only 9 crossing and 12 finishing. It's not a hard decision for me to make there. Obviously, Lyon, he's maybe not going to be in their first team in the FM world, even if he is in real life, but you can see straight away the game is predicting him to have big potential. In fact, here at Man City, it's saying he's a Championship player that could eventually be a starter for their first team. And that's at Man City. A lot of you will be managing teams lesser than them, so this kind of player could be a great pickup. He could go very far and certainly worth a punt if you've got a few million to spare. And it's the same story for Bruno Durdov, but on the other wing. He's a right footer who uses his left foot, and at 17, this Croatian playing for Hajduk Split can be signed for £6 million. He's 5'9" and does have the traits of cutting inside from the wing. He likes to shoot from distance and places his shots, and with 13 long shots and 12 finishing, that is certainly going to come in play. He's got 12 crossing as well, and some other very good technical attributes like dribbling and first touch to go alongside it. Adds a bit of flair and determination to his game, whilst being physically not in a bad space either. He can only really play the right wing naturally, but is accomplished in a few different positions if you really want to retrain him. But I like him. With the traits he's got off the right hand side, I think he'd suit it great. Wide forward, inside winger, I think he could do all of them at a good level. 5'9", a tricky little player, using that flair to beat a man, get a shot off, and hopefully score you a few goals. If he's this good at 17, imagine him at 20 or 21. Definitely worth 5 mil. And my final pick is one of the cheapest in this list. It's Asa Bonnell, who isn't exactly blowing anyone away in the physicals, but technically already has 14 for dribbling, finishing, and heading, whilst also having 13 first touch, good flair, determination, decision-making, composure, and anticipation. It really is his physicals where he's let down a little bit, but he will get better in time. What I like about him, though, is he has a release clause, 875k, less than £1 million. You can guarantee his signing, providing he signs a contract with you from Osasuna, and then you've got a player to add to your academy and let him develop. His physical attributes will grow a lot between the ages of 16 and 18, so he's still got a bit of time yet before those physicals are really kind of peaked. He will still get to 11s, 12s for a lot of these 10s. A lot of the 7s will become 10s. He's not going to be as bad as he looks right here. But in terms of raw ability, technically, he's got that, and to get him for so cheap, I think he's worth trying. Definitely a good Wonderkid bargain, and has a potential to be a star, as every player does in this list. But there we go. There's some that I picked out. Let me know your favourite Wonderkid bargains down below, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.